1, 2, 3, 4. Take your fucking shirt off. I know you want some plantains. Hate you since the day I met you. Shirtless Plantain's coming to get you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain show. We are now into the quarterfinals. The round of 16 had a lot of uppercuts, a lot of interesting action. I mean, take a look at famous anus terror Javier Mascherano. The guy got destroyed by Kylian Mbappe and he retired post-haste. Spain looked like a country who fired their manager literally the day before the World Cup. Russia is stronger than Drago in Rocky 4. Cristiano Ronaldo went missing. Does anybody know where he is? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody at all? Don't know where he is? Pepe actually revealed he can actually grow out hair. The guy's been bald for like the past 10 years. Anybody that can actually grow out hair and decides to willingly be bald actually has problems and you're just a mentalist. Shout out to Belgium. They decided to go for the aerial assault against Japan. There's a joke there. I'm not gonna make it because I'm mature and it's also above my pay grade. England beat Colombia in penalties, which is rare, especially in this economy. Do you know what it means for you to lose to England on penalties? Can you imagine in Big 2018 that England beat Colombia in penalties with Gareth Southgate as a manager? It's not a good thing. But Diego Maradona was supporting Colombia. Good to see solidarity between the plug and the, dirty Diego. Diego is actually a human vacuum cleaner with his nose. We're gonna have a really great show for you today, okay? So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in a segment called Why They Took the L. Brexit Barry is here. He's a great man. If you ever see him in South London, don't say hi to him because he doesn't want to be seen. Handsome man. You probably never see him because he's shy, but Brexit Barry is here for you.
There's only one man we can talk about, and it's not Messi, it's Mbappe. His 1v1 ability absolutely killed him. His ability on the ball and his intelligent movement for the entire game was just madness.
Argentina lost because France are avenging their African brothers. Kylian Mbappe's middle name is Adesomi. Adesomi is a Yoruba name. Yoruba is a tribe in Nigeria.
Spain couldn't get in behind Russia. They just couldn't. There's no variation in how they play. There's no winger. There's no real outlet there for them. Diego Costa is literally the only forward player they have on the pitch. And in the end, penalties is anyone's game, and fair play to Russia, they got through.
Not only is Spain dysfunctional, but Isco is a Chrysler 300 posing as a Rolls Royce.
Portugal really missed Moutinho. There was no penetrative passing at all from them. They struggled to break down the Uruguay side, who are masters of just sucking the life out of games for you. Cavani and Suarez, there was no fixed position for them, so there was no way to mark them.
Well, Messi got knocked out, and what's a hero without his villain? Or what's the villain without his hero?
Denmark really struggled to create anything meaningful after they got their goal. Croatia didn't particularly play well, but Denmark were probably punished in the end for not being as ambitious as they could have been. And again, in penalties, it's anyone's game.
Who really wanted to see Denmark versus Russia, besides Putin?
Mexico had one shot on target the entire game. They let Brazil down their sides way too easily as well. And that's where both goals came from as well. In the end, there was just too much quality for Mexico.
Neymar decided he's gonna get some family cooking at halftime.
This is a game of one individual error costing your team in the World Cup. There was no offside for Switzerland as well, so they definitely weren't as ambitious as they could have been, despite having about 63% possession of the ball.
Switzerland spent all their energy avenging their foes. They had no energy to play football.
Fellaini came on and he was a chaos factor, as he is. And Kevin De Bruyne's position probably showed why he doesn't need to play as deep for Belgium. Overall, it wasn't the best game to watch. England started the game with Ali and Lingard. To me, they're evolutions of the same Pokemon. They both don't need to play together. You can have one or the other. You can't start both.
Colombia lost because, well, Peaky Blinders is better than Narcos. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. Two of the greatest players of our generation. Both of their countries have been knocked out the World Cup. But yet we still debate who is the best between the two. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Baba Mushin. He's going to tell us why the debate is silly, and two, who is the best between the two. So, stay around. It's story time with Baba Mushin.
Even though it's not a particularly new phenomenon, it's been fascinating, and by fascinating I mean fucking annoying, to watch fans of a team sport constantly compare Cristiano and Messi. Yes, I call him Cristiano because it's his name, and we already had a Ronaldo back in my day. Folks legitimately enjoy arguing about this shit while stripping away every single fucking bit of context out of the conversation. ESPN actually tweeted after the first game, Cristiano 1, Messi 0. They literally tweeted that shit after both teams got 1 point. Now, granted, one guy scored a hat trick, even though it was a shithouse hat trick. And on the other hand, Messi missed a penalty against Iceland.
So why do we compare them?
Ultimately, one guy is more marketable and has a story that lends itself to the more self-made, hardworking archetype that people tend to love, while the other guy is essentially a demigod. Like, you know, this nigga is a fucking Marvel comic character. I mean, he doesn't have the body of a Marvel comic character, but that's essentially what he is. He's essentially Diana Prince, you know, Wonder Woman, but without the vagina. But does Wonder Woman have a vagina? You know what, let's not bother with that. All I'm here to say is that one is essentially a single mom that has willed himself into the conversation with the strength of a million fucking Nissan Altimas and a fucking tan and P90X and hair gel and commercials and, you know, being at the biggest club in the world, while the other one, again, is a demigod.
So what about what they do for their countries? What about that?
One guy plays for a country that is a current European champion. And guess what? They actually won the final game of that tournament in France against the French in their own stadium without him. With the most nondescript striker that ever fucking scored a goal in the final ever. Like, let me give you 2 minutes to remember who fucking scored that goal in the final against France at Euro 2016. I'm waiting. Exactly. Meanwhile, the other guy got his team to 3 separate finals in successive years, I believe, and somehow Gonzalo Higuain is still alive. Because I'm telling you, if I was Lionel Messi and I had the kind of money
Whoa, that concludes the segment. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hot take. So first game we're gonna preview is Uruguay versus France. Cavani's out, apparently. Don't think Uruguay's chances are gonna be that high. France are looking pretty solid right now. I think they're gonna do it. I think France is gonna pull it out. Sweden versus England. Again, like these two teams, just weird. Somehow Sweden scored 3 against Mexico. Somehow England won on penalties. That never happens, like ever. So it's gonna be a toss-up. Banter says Sweden. Realistically, we're gonna go with England. Next we have Brazil versus Belgium. Belgium didn't really look too hot against Japan. Brazil starting to look a little bit more serious. It's gonna suck that Casemiro's out, but I'm gonna go out and say that Brazil is gonna beat Belgium. Last game is Croatia versus Russia. I mean, Croatia looks good. I think that Croatia's gonna win. Man, just think they're gonna win. I think Russia's time is a little bit up now. They've, you know, provided us some highlights, some lowlights, but it's kind of time for Russia to kind of go home.